Hello? Hi, good morning, everybody. Ooh. So raise your hand if you know someone who identifies as lesbian, gay, bisexual, or transgender. Good, all of you should be raising your hand. Now, raise your hand if you can count more than 5 characters on screen who identify as part of this community. It's a little less of you, but that's an important note to take. According to the GLAAD Foundation's Where We Are on TV report, in the 2018-2019 season, when we look on primetime televised casting, only 75 out of 784 characters were identified as part of the LGBTQ community. 75 out of 784, that's 8.8%. And although there has been an upward trend since the beginning of this annual report, this is still a very minimal portion of the amount of characters you'll see on screen. So, for Bullis, I want to be able to educate people about what it means to have purposeful and genuine inclusion on screen and how we can identify solutions to create those three-dimensional stories. So, without further ado, I'd like to present my documentary, Lights Up, Hearts Open. This year in my capstone course, I wanted to tackle an issue that I felt was important not only for Bullis to learn and hopefully grow from, but a subject that I've personally seen impact teenagers around me. I spent these past 8 months researching and exploring LGBTQ+ representation in film and television, how it impacts youth, and how we communicate because of the media that we consume. The goal of my project can be described in 2 words: opening hearts. To do this, I felt the best way to portray an impact on youth from film and television was to document those teenagers and how their experiences and perspectives have changed and developed. I believe their answers are reflective of the media that they've consumed, whether or not it's been beneficial or damaging. I decided to interview 14 different students from 7 different schools. They're all student leaders in their respective schools, organizing and building groups to support the LGBTQ+ community. I interviewed students from
St. Albans School for Boys,
St. Albans School for Boys,
Sherwood High School, the Sidwell Friends School, the Field School,
Georgetown Prep,
Potomac, Academy of the Holy Cross, the Academy of the Holy Cross.
I asked them questions stemming from 2 categories. The first category was the development of their gay-straight alliances. They've shown capability of spreading education with activities such as Sidwell's Love Week,
Which is 1 week of the year where we have meetings every day. All of our meetings are open to the entire school, but generally more people come to the Love Week meetings.
We always do, almost always do a faculty panel of
LGBT faculty.
Yeah, the LGBT faculty, and they, students get to ask questions and things like that.
2 years ago, I think one of the best Love Week meetings that we had was a group meeting with the GSA and with the Black Student Union about the N-word and the word queer, which was really good.
They have also shown capability of showing support, such as with St. Albans
multi-school GSA summit for kids from different schools to just kind of come, share their experiences, strategize about the best ways to try and make their schools as accepting as possible.
In addition to interviewing students from the DMV area, I also interviewed 2 experts in their fields. Tom Geyer, a journalist at The Wrap, but he has also written for Entertainment Weekly and The Hollywood Reporter. Raina Dearwater is the Entertainment Research and Analysis Associate at the GLAAD Foundation. With Tom Geyer, he would give me perspectives of the people that he's interviewed. And with Raina Dearwater, I was able to get certain statistics and other information that can come from just reporting a certain amount of characters, a certain amount of shows, a certain amount of networks. When asked about any changes in perspective about this community based on their careers, both Tom Geyer and Raina Dearwater came to the same sort of conclusion of seeing more humanity. The insights of Raina Dearwater and Tom Geyer helped provide me the fully fleshed expert point of view that I needed heading into these interviews, that these students also had seen the lack of change before and the change recently. The second category of questions was their perspectives when it came to television and film. For example, their favorite couples.
Oh my gosh, okay. Thinking about this question, I mostly thought of like gay couples just because
that's what I kind of like look for a lot in TV. So I thought about Elena and Sid from One Day at a Time.
Elena and Sid on One Day at a Time.
Fantastic example of queer representation.
They're a lesbian couple, but they still portray them as any other couple.
Elena at first was confused about her sexuality, which is how I felt.
I just love to see them being portrayed as just what they are, just a couple of nerds who love each other and not specifically defined by their sexuality and their gender.
They do not have a perfect relationship in any sense, but it's really, really interesting to watch them navigate these issues together.
Our journey together is just so heartwarming, and it's so raw and true to real life.
I think it is so, so well done.
I really love Chidi and Eleanor.
Eleanor and Chidi from The Good Place.
Yeah, I love Chidi and Eleanor's relationship just because I'm just like one of those sappy romantic type of dudes.
I really enjoy like watching their relationship develop because I love the way that Eleanor supports Chidi. He's a character that has anxiety and struggles to make decisions, but Eleanor is always very supportive of that and really patient with him.
I like seeing relationships that aren't perfect where they have to go through struggles and things like that because that's more like reality.
It's that kind of patience and that kind of communication that I strive for in my relationships, whether they're romantic or friendship or familial.
Susan and Carol from Friends, Clark and Lexa in The 100, Elio and Oliver from Call Me By Your Name,
Nomi and Amanita from Sense8,
Undyne and Alphys from Undertale, Simon and Bram from Love, Simon, Way Hot, Selena.
I thought of like one gay couple in a movie, but like the guy dies, so I don't know if that's
right?
like good.
Oh my God,
it's good stuff, except
they both die.
Yeah, spoiler alert, they both die, but it's fine. It's good.
I asked many people at Bullis the question, why do we need LGBTQ plus representation? And honestly, at the end of the day,
Dr. Ronnie Glasgow come and speak to us, and he talked about his own experiences as a Black gay man who went to a Catholic high school. And it was just so powerful and so moving for me to see an adult who had had really similar experiences that I had in high school, but had come out on the other side and is now a real person with a real job and just like living their life. Seek out adults and seek out people that you can talk to, because it's an unbelievably cathartic experience to see yourself represented not only in media or not only in your peers, but also in adults that you can look up to.
And find the space of people that won't shame you for being the person you are and liking the things that you like. Whether that means a GSA or, I don't know, a group of people who play D&D. Just the people that will make you happy.
If your labels do change, and no matter how many times you feel confident in something, even if it doesn't stick, be confident in it.
But even if you aren't in the community, you can understand not quite fitting in.
Be yourself. I know it's a cliche, I know it's it's cheesy, but if something makes you happy, then do it.
It's a beautiful thing to be different, even though it is very difficult. Just being yourself and loving yourself and loving other people will just make life meaningful, and it'll make you a happier person.
these interviews have proved that creating an efficient and remedying dialogue is possible and has occurred by analyzing film and television portrayals. The importance of having fully fleshed characters and relatable stories is a way for entertainment to create a beneficial perspective for the entire audience, regardless of sexual orientation or gender identity.
I feel like hate will get us nowhere, but love could get us. Love could get us everywhere.